when it comes to villains, when it comes to the greatest villains of all time in this quote unquote nerd culture, comics, books, movies, television, there's no doubt in my mind for probably two generations that Frieza from Dragon Ball Z is one of the all-time greatest bad guys of all time. All fucking time, man. Let me tell you about this guy, man, because we talked about it a little bit before with Vegeta and how he was a prince and in the anti-hero video.
Mm-hmm.
In the Saiyan saga, we have the heroes decimated by a group of villains only to find out that there was someone stronger than them in the horizon. We go through a journey to get to freaking Namek. There is literally a quest. This thing is so multi-layered. It is a quest to get to the final boss, man. We got Krillin, Vegeta, and Gohan rising through the ranks. The three amigos for 20 plus episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Literally finding the Dragon Balls, freaking doing hide and seek, freaking stealth missions, bargaining with locals. Like, these guys were rising through the ranks of Frieza's forces, man. From the Goons to the Ginyu Force to Zarbon, to Doria. You know what I'm saying?
God.
I mean, these guys, I mean, the layers to even get to Frieza was incredible. It was a journey just to get to this motherfucker. And the destruction made in his wake, the destruction made on planet Namek, when you think about it. The Namekian race was dead, bro. Literally, like, these guys were almost an extinct level. You think about Frieza as a colonizer who came to this planet demanding an exclusive resource and them not wanting to give up that resource, and then using sheer force of power and danger and his own power to enforce his will on these people to get what he wanted. They had to hide shit. They had to lie to him. They had to manipulate them. They had to beg and plead and beg for their lives just to be able to hide this shit from him. Even though they knew they were gonna freaking die, they felt like it was their duty to protect their, you know what I'm saying, to protect what they felt was important to them. So the wake of the destruction made by Frieza, and just when they finally get to him, and Vegeta's doing all right, and he says, "Stop playing around. Why don't you go to your real form?" Your real, like, what? Your real? What are you talking about? His real form? At this time, we didn't, in Dragon Ball Z, we never had someone that had like a real next level transformation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Zarbon had his face switch or whatever, but no one had a real transformation besides, Zaru. So this was like, fuck, he's got another form. This motherfucker has been whooping their ass for the most part this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So, man, every time the heroes get close, thinking that they can win, the veil gets revealed. You know what I'm saying? The rug gets pulled underneath their feet. No matter how hard they try, Frieza is coming out on top. Piccolo, Krillin, Goku, Vegeta literally killing himself to come back stronger. Every single form pushes them to the next level, and you think, when is this shit gonna end?
But like with Frieza, I mean, just like you knew Frieza was about that action based off of the way that other people spoke about him. Nobody ever said just Frieza. He was always addressed as Lord Frieza.
Right. He has the longest fight in anime history with about almost 4 hours. If you cut it and edit and chop it straight, just with the fourth form. If you include all three forms, man, you're looking at like 6+ hours of a fight, bro. 6+ hours of a fight. It's a record for just his final form. Almost 4 hours, man. Shit was in, man.
So let's kind of try to put this into a timeline here, right? Just think about how many episodes you seen Frieza destroy an entire planet with his index finger while seated in a pod.
Yes. Yeah, man. That shit was incredible power, man. I mean, we seen Piccolo blow up the full moon, sure, with concentrated effort, but not with the ease that Frieza had when he blew up
in
Planet
a
Vegeta.
from a seated position in a pod is the
Yes.
most important thing that needs to be kind of understood, man. And this motherfucker was surprised, like, oh my goodness, bro. Like, and I've seen. Okay, have you seen the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
So if we're gonna compare and contrast scenes, for me, the Dragon Ball Z version of that scene is so much better than what they did in that movie. Personally, for me, because like, bro, the entire planet Vegeta, all of these guys, these hard edge Saiyans that going out here really in the field catching bodies, like all of them were there out in space. They seen this as it was happening and couldn't do nothing about it. And I know we getting sidetracked, but I just want to
You good?
kind of highlight. I just want to highlight like how bad like this motherfucker was. Like this is a bad like oh my goodness, man. He
And he
did that from a seated position. Like he killed the King Vegeta, right?
right,
The king of this planet that is named after him, killed him with an uppercut.
and just walked away. Blew up a planet and literally laughed at it like it was Christmas lights being shown at a presentation or some shit like that. Like, no, he was unfucking touchable, man. Like, no one could mess with this guy, man. No one came close. This man, just the mention of the name was like, oh, you just why are you wishing death upon me? With Goku's fight with him, right? So we finally get Goku showing up.
Man.
Get Goku shows up. He kind of took a L by being confused with the Ginyu body swap. But look, he comes back. He's ready to go. He sees Vegeta dying. He sees the other three characters shitting bricks because they know Krillin, Piccolo, and Gohan know they've been fighting this motherfucker for the last couple hours, and they know they can't beat this guy. They know how ruthless and just how we seen Krillin get freaking horned by Frieza's second form, gored through the stomach. And this motherfucker is just tasting his blood running down his damn horn and saying, hee haw, ride him cowboy. Like, who does this shit, man? Who does that shit? We seen Vegeta getting choked, strangled by his tail, and getting punched in the back repeatedly, screaming in agony, tears in his eyes, and the other three characters just like pissing blood, bro. And Frieza just looks at them like, "Sorry, I'll get to you next." Like,
y'all got it. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Just fully knowing well, like if you try to, you can't fly away. There's nothing you can do, man. You just sitting there and accepting death. To have someone as as prideful as Piccolo, as you know what I'm saying, like to have Piccolo just be like, damn dog, I can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Goku show up. Vegeta's like, Vegeta's on his last breath. Vegeta just like basically in hysteria, puts all of his hope and faith in this one last Saiyan, man. After all the shit he's done, puts his last faith in the Saiyan. Frieza's just like, shut that shit up, kills him finally right then and there. And the fact with Goku showing up to fight someone who's stronger than the man who washed you just a few months earlier.
Man,
the man who washed you a few months earlier, and this man just killed him.
Hold on. So for the record, officially, you saying that you give Vegeta the W over Goku?
Oh, in that first fight, yeah, I'm giving Vegeta the W in that fight.
Oh,
in the
wow.
Saiyan Saga, yeah, with the I'm giving Vegeta that W, man, with the Zaro transformation. And then the assists from Krillin, the assists from Gohan, and the assists from Yajirobe. That was like a 3-on-1. You know what I'm saying? Like he pulled, yeah.
Damn, that's underrated.
That's
underrated, bro. Keep going. Keep cooking.
Yeah. So this man who literally beat you fair and square, dies right in front of you by this being that's even stronger, with no sweat, no hesitation. So you're like, okay, like I got this. This is a man who's trained his whole life, who's used to coming out on top. The savior is here. The MVP of the league has arrived. The team's down 40 points. It's the fourth quarter. We got 8 minutes to go. Let's do this shit. And throughout this fight, Goku fights with self-doubt. He's closer than anyone's challenged Frieza yet. No doubt about that. Frieza's in his fourth form, and he's testing his strength. And there's moments where like Goku has this doubt, like, shit, can I do this? Can I not do this? Frieza's trying to drown him in fucking water. He sees the montage of Chi-Chi and his family dying. Frieza coming in there and walking in there and killing them. And slowly but surely throughout this fight, no matter how much confidence Goku gets by landing a punch or landing a sweep or whatever, he comes to realize that he himself can't beat him.
Yo, he had to bite him on his tail, bro.
He had to bite him on his tail, like no matter what he fucking did, yo, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough, and he had the last resort was the spirit bomb. This was the last technique to be used this was the last hope. This was the Hail Mary pass, man. This spirit bomb, the Genki Dama, was his last fucking hope to beat this kind of person. Pulls it out of his ass and lands the Genki Dama on Frieza. And for a brief, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, we think this shit's over. We think this shit is over. We feel like after this whole time, damn, Goku got the W, everyone's laughing, cheesing it up. Tien, Yamcha, them like, yeah, we're gonna get revived. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good times, man. This shit was close. All right, let's get out of here. And they even did a fake out too. One time you thought he came back, and it was like, oh no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. Like, all right, cool. And then we see Krillin's face. We see this. We see this dark figure come out the fucking water, yo, on top of the cliff, looking at them like that shit was kind of impressive. And at that point, shit got officially real, man. Never before have we seen a protagonist on the edge of the rope like this, on the brink of defeat.
No,
we had seen Rocky get up and defeat his opponents in the last couple rounds. So we had seen the Green Ranger whoop the Power Rangers' ass for 5 episodes, and the Power Rangers pulling out their ass to beat him in the end, turn him good. We had seen Arnold outsmart the Predator. We had seen the X-Men able to subdue Magneto and Apocalypse in the X-Men cartoon. You know, we had seen Spider-Man able to defeat the Green Goblin and outsmart Venom, despite all the shit that was happening in his personal life. Spidey came on top. Never before have we seen a villain appear to be so invincible. I mean, hell, even the T-Rex in Jurassic Park took damage from a few raptors. You know what I mean? Like, even Doomsday was taken out by self-sacrifice of Superman. Even Doomsday was beaten eventually. Know what I mean? Like, this motherfucker was the coldest of the coldest. And after 20 plus episodes, we are about to see a man freaking die in front of his kid. And, dude, think about the context of this despair. Think about the context, man. Just think of how up Shit's Creek the Z Crew is right now. The Namekian dragonballz are gone. There is no Namekian dragonballz. Dende is gone. There's no more healing. There's no sensu beans. The Earth dragonballz on the verge of going away with Piccolo near death. Vegeta is dead. Krillin has died again for the second time.
What else?
Dog.
What else?
And the other heroes are already dead by guys weaker than Frieza. Oh shit! There is no one else left, man. That's it. It's game over. We're about to see a man who has always fought the good fight a selfless warrior and his son die right in front of our eyes, man. Like every technique was used. No amount of strategy can defeat Frieza. Everything that these characters amounted to was for nothing because this guy was unbeatable and he was gonna kill the good guys. And that was until we got that Super Saiyan fucking transformation, man. That moment, the anticipation for that moment. For those who were already into the show, we had to wait twice the time over this shit because of the transition from the Ocean dub to the Funimation dub.
Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there for that.
You wasn't there for that. We had to wait twice as long. Think about the journey we had to take for this shit, man. Like from leaving Earth, getting lost in space, landing on Namek, the fucking cat and mouse games, fighting the Ginyu fighting Zarbon and the Doria, fighting all three forms, fighting the final form to get to this one point, man. This was a buildup of fucking buildups, dude. In the age of no spoilers, of little internet access and low exposure due to, merchant brand recognition wasn't there, man. This was a fucking jaw-dropping moment. It's incredible, man. In that 3-minute and 21-second sequence, we had seen Goku in a state of rage, state of guilt, anguish, frustration. Man, this man, he tapped into something that was never seen before, man. And it was his heritage, his race, his genetic code that he rejected all this time, that this part of himself that he denied his whole life, this culture and pride and heritage that Vegeta was trying to talk to him about, his race being the one thing that Frieza feared and hated the most. This is what took him to the next level to beat Frieza, man, and lead to that transformation. This was the freaking greatest moment of anime history, dude. It was the Super Saiyan. And I challenge anyone. This was the most iconic fucking moment in anime history, man, and it will never be topped again. And you had to be there. You had to be in that moment to fully grasp that monumental 3-minute and 21-second sequence.
Just to add on to that, none of that happens without having a bad guy like Frieza.
No, none of that happens, dude. Everything, and then even if you want to go for the fans who were in Japan who like Dragon Ball, who grew up on Dragon Ball, everything in that series amounted to that one fucking moment. From Goku being an alien, to him transforming to the Great Ape, to Zoro, to finding out where he came from, to Piccolo finding out where he came from. Everything that culminated in that sequence, man, of Dragon Ball history. Everything mattered in that one sequence. The mood, the ambience, the tone, the Bruce Faulkner score. That song was used like twice in the whole series, man. Like it had its whole fucking theme. Get out of here with that shit, man. It was the greatest moment in anime history, man.
I can't even tell you. I really can't even put it into words, dog. Like, and again, this moment that we're talking about here is all off of the strength of how much of a fucking dickhead, how much of just how much of a bad, evil being that Frieza is, right? The build up to this moment was the consequence to everything that Frieza had done up until that moment.
Yeah.
You know, we up until killing King Vegeta, taking Prince Vegeta and kind of raising him into being this hateful, angry type of person that he ended up being. You know, coming to planet Namek and basically strip mining that planet of everything that made that planet what it was. Oof. You know, planet strip mining it. Oh my God, bro. Like one of the hardest moments that just put him over as a villain, you know, is when he killed the innocent children. He killed Dende's family in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken, didn't he kill the Guru? Didn't Frieza kill Guru?
I think Guru passed by just with age, but I think Guru was on the run because he knew Frieza was gonna freaking kill him.
Right, but like strip mining this planet that was rich in resources that, you know, didn't really have too many warriors. Planet Namek was just separate from every other planet within the universe, and they showed up there and basically, like you said, they shut everything down on Planet Namek.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
the history of him destroying Planet Vegeta and erasing the entire Saiyan race with his index finger from a seated position and then being entertained by the amount of sparks that came off of blowing that motherfucker up, bro. Like, this was the ultimate consequence for his actions in that moment, right?
Right.
And even after that moment, he still put his hands up and said, "Let's do it."
Right. After all this buildup, the fight wasn't over. Like, what the? He still couldn't squash him. Like, he's like, hold up, let me power up to 100%. And you're like, what the hell?
Oh, bro. Him said he still, after that moment, bro, he still said, "All right, man, I did what I did. Let's do it." Like, at that point, it became like an even fight. It might not even been an even fight, but it was more of a fight than what Frieza thought it was gonna be at that point, right?
Right. Yep.
So literally, you got all facets. As a bad guy, Frieza ticked every box. He was strong, he was arrogant, he was even smart. He was smart, he was sadistic, he was violent.
Yes.
But at the same time, and even in his lowest moment, he still displayed that cowardly kind of instinct that the good bad guys actually express, to where you don't end up liking them. In his last moment, he didn't die honorable, right?
Yeah. Right.
And that's a very underrated factor right there. He did not die honorable. In his last moments, he wasn't willing to take that L clean. He still wanted to take everybody down with him, you know?
Mm-hmm. Sidebar. During all this shit,
Go ahead.
During all this epicness happening, Bulma was a fucking frog trying to get into her body again with Ginyu in control. But back to the action. Worst filler fucking ever, man. But yeah, I digress. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Like, bro, and we talked about this before. I mean, I said that Cell was my favorite villain, but that doesn't mean he was a better villain than Frieza at all. Frieza is the greatest villain in the history of Dragon Ball. And I can say that clearly. Like, Frieza is the signature villain of that entire property. Agree or disagree?
I agree. Literally, I thought the first thing he did. Go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead, man.
My bad. Another sidebar, right? The first time I seen that episode, and this is how much I was into Dragon Ball Z. Like, the first time I seen the episode where Trunks did what he did to Frieza, I ended up seeing that shit in Spanish. Like, I was watching it in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I might have been staying home sick from school, and, like, you know, remember you used to, when you was in elementary school, junior high school, and you would stay home sick from school, you'd still be up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So It was early in the morning, and I was laying on the couch, and Dragon Ball Z was like on Telemundo or some shit like that. And I didn't know what was actually being said, but this was a new episode of Dragon Ball Z. I seen how Trunks bodied Frieza, and I thought Trunks was a new bad guy. I was thinking like, oh shit, they finna have a Super Saiyan bad guy on Dragon Ball Z. If he just did Frieza like that, what's up with Goku? You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Oh man,
that's some B-roll.
That's a B-roll, dude. I mean,